to cooking for dumbasses. The first thing you got to know about cooking for dumbasses is you got to be a dumbass. Of course, that's not hard because most of the population is one. Today, we're going to make something called Potatoe Casserole. It's a casserole dish that's basically for dumbasses to make. It doesn't take any brains to do it. It doesn't even take any time at all. The first thing you have to do is you have to peel a potato. Now, any dumbass knows how to do that. The reason what sparked me to make this show, Cooking for Dumbasses, is because everybody I know is a dumbass, okay? And most of them can't cook. And there's one dumbass in particular that I'm thinking of, right? I'm related to. In fact, it was her idea to call my show Cooking for Dumbasses. So anyway, I never use a recipe book, although I'm going to create one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how, just exactly how, I make every meal that I've ever made. I fake it. That's all I do is I fake it. Like I've done everything else in my life that I ever wanted to do. I fake it. I want to get a job and I don't know what I'm doing. I fake it. And it's really funny because I got a really funny story about this potato casserole recipe. I derived it from a recipe that I saw on television myself. And I wanted everybody to make it for the holidays, and I didn't make it. But I wanted everybody to make it because it was so easy. Any dumbass could make it. So I'm making it today. But one of the first things that you've got to do before you ever attempt to do anything in the kitchen, and I almost forgot, is you got to have a drink. Okay? You drink wine, it could be a drink of beer, it could be, anything that you like that makes you feel good. Loosen you up a little bit, make you get in the mood. One of my drinks of choice is a Greek wine called Retsina. I had the opportunity to go to Greece many years ago, and I lived on this stuff. And I get a big bottle of it, and it lasts me for a couple weeks. And right before I walk into the kitchen and settle in to make my dumbass meals, I pour myself a little glass of Retsina. Simple as that. Drink it out of a little cup like this. Pour it in. It tastes a little bit like lighter fluid at first, but slides down real easy after the first glass. So we take a drink. Pretty good. We're going to finish peeling our potatoes here, and you're supposed to put 5 pounds of potatoes. Now, any dumbass that's watching my show right now is probably saying, how do I know what 5 pounds of potatoes is? Well, here's how you know. It's real easy. You buy a 10-pound bag of potatoes. It says it right here. 10 pounds. Okay? That's what you do. Then you take the bag, pour the potatoes out, get half of them, and you got your 5 pounds. Okay? Any dumbass can figure it out. All right. So that's how I'm doing it. Split up a 10-pound bag of potatoes. Or you could buy a 5-pound bag of potatoes. Boom! No measuring. You got 5 pounds of potatoes. So that's how you get your 5 pounds of potatoes, okay? You don't have to be a rocket scientist, to A, do this show, or I wouldn't be doing it, or B, measure 5 pounds of potatoes. So that's what we're going to do right now. Now, if there is anybody in my audience today who doesn't know how to peel a potato, then you know what I suggest you do? I suggest you go to the first store you can find that carries knives and slit your throat. That's what I suggest. Because if you can't peel a potato, there is no point in being on this earth. There are many ways to peel a potato, but take the one that's relative to your peeler. You can peel them down like this, or if you prefer, you can do it this way and get them all over the kitchen and then have somebody come clean them up. Because if you are not a dumbass, you got somebody to clean your house for you. And even if you are a dumbass, you can still get somebody to clean. But it's not that big a deal. Just get your dumbass husband to come in and clean up after you. Because there's always a dumbass husband around. All right, so you got your 5 pounds of potatoes. The other thing the recipe calls for is onions. Onions are really easy to deal with, okay? Buy them at the store. You put them in a bag. This is what they look like. If you're a dumbass, you might not know what an onion is. So we're going to show you. This is an onion, right? This is a regular yellow onion. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it. This recipe calls for onions that are sliced. So what you do is you slice one end off, throw it away. Slice the other end off, throw it away. Take your knife, slide it down one side of the onion so you can get the skin off. Peel it off. Any dumbass can figure this out, okay? So, onion, slice it. It's real simple to do, okay? Can you see it? Okay. So slice the onions a little less than 1/4 of an inch. Watch out for your fingers. Another good thing to do if you're a dumbass is to have sharp knives. There's nothing worse than a dumbass in the kitchen with dull knives, okay? The dull knife dumbasses are always going to cut their fingers off, and you don't want blood in your food, that's for sure. So we're going to go like that. And here we have our onions right here. We take the onions. Here's the thing about cooking that most people don't understand. It's really so basic and so easy. Even if you hate it, you can make something. Nobody wants to go out for dinner every night. Honestly, first of all, it's too expensive for most people. Secondly, you're not getting the balanced nutrition that one needs in order to go on with your life. So that's the thing. It's easy. It's what you make it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you think something's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. You think something's going to be easy, it's going to be easy. The more you put it in your mind, it's difficult, it's hard, then the harder it's going to be. That's as with anything in life. So anyway, what I got here is a bunch of onions because we're going to caramelize these onions and put them on top of our sliced potatoes after we put them in the pan. It's only got basically 3 ingredients in it. Potatoes, bouillon, chicken bouillon, chicken broth, and the caramelized onions and a bunch of spices. How hard is that? Right? Any dumbass can make it. Slice the potatoes up, put them on the stove, cook them a little bit, throw them in a casserole dish, throw it in there for 30 minutes into the oven, and you've got a potato casserole that any dumbass can make.